Radio Changelo, restoring everything in Christ with love and truth. Good afternoon. With the main news, I'm Clara Singer. The headlines: extension of voter registration held. Chief Chuala happy with the early distribution of farming inputs. And Perry Mutapa disappointed with under-20s failure to defend the COSAFA title. Kindly be informed that we're also streaming live on the Radio Changelo Facebook page. And now the news in detail. Catholic Diocese of Ndola Justice and Peace Coordinator Andrew Chimfembe has proposed that the Electoral Commission of Zambia should consider extending the voter registration by 1 month. The Chief Electoral Officer of the ECZ, Patrick Nshindano, told reporters at a press briefing in Lusaka that the period of extension will be announced tomorrow, while the registration of voters is expected to resume on Wednesday. Mr. Chimfembe said the ended voter registration phase failed to meet the set target due to the inadequate number of officers that were deployed at registration centers. In an interview with Radio Changelo News in Ndola, Mr. Chimfembe also cautioned eligible citizens against waiting for the last day of the voter registration period.
Challenges. First, the number of cameras in each particular registration center were not enough for the number of people that were flocking to those areas. After observing a number of places, I found that also the people had another problem because they never, when the exercise began, they never wanted to go to the centers. But on the last day, especially on the 11th and 12th, there were a lot of people, meaning that the exercise was so.
And some Maketo residents have commended the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, for the extension of the voter registration exercise. Speaking to Radio Changelo News today, the residents also called on people who are yet to register as voters to do so when the period of extension is announced tomorrow.
Days ya voting if you do that yanita. So if now I go increase days ya registration because quite abantu balabako bati tabakwetebwanga access yakuya mu registration kulembesha voters card. So bankwale bambi bayuko demoralized to say we neshaka vote so kwale bambi bale bakitako encourage you ko bati bali abalembesha bakachitefe participate ukumona the coming of chinga so kirikia bwino na Kenya
na bashitafe bwino barunda kwa date kali bambi tabakweta siyako bati bali abalembesha none barundamo so bararembesha pantu bantu bayishanya tawe ifolo to wakwata ko chance yako batulembesha numba nama days yapo nonde barunda kutwala mu kulembesha
cheka bwino na chena because most of the people tabaride to copa mu voters card alipo pe ni last day like ngubabera visa to.
Meanwhile, GEAR's Initiative Zambia Executive Director Mark Donald Chipenzi has urged the Commission to address challenges that were raised by stakeholders before the voter registration extension resumes on Wednesday. Mr. Chipenzi, who welcomed the ECZ's resolve to extend the program, encouraged eligible Zambians to take advantage of the additional period and register as voters.
Electoral Commission of Zambia to consider the stakeholders' call for the extension of the voter registration exercise. Indeed, this is as it should be. Listening to stakeholders' calls is a very important ingredient in running transparent, accountable, efficient, and credible electoral process. So we welcome wholeheartedly and happily the decision that the Commission has done. However, we are saying that an extension on its own or for the sake of extending may just be an academic exercise, if at all the glitches that the exercise faced in the written
A traditional leader on the Copperbelt is happy with the early distribution of farming inputs for the 2020-2021 farming season. Government started the distribution of inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program at FISIC on September 1, 2020. Chief Chuala of Masaiti District has challenged farmers in his chiefdom to cultivate enough a portion of land now that there is an early distribution of farming inputs and adequate rainfall. Speaking in a telephone interview with Radio Changala News, Chief Chuala said farmers should get busy with their fields in order to be food secure.
Distributed, and the rains have also come on board in good time, and this is commendable to government this time around that they've distributed the farm inputs to farmers timely. Well, right now, as I speak, I'm in the field, and I can see a lot of other people in the field, and my message to the farmers around, inputs have been distributed timely. There should not be any excuse this time. We've seen the skyrocketing of millennium and the other to do with agriculture produce. So this is the time for them to cultivate massively.
And in Lufwanyama district, farmers are reported to have received farming inputs for the 2020-2021 farming season. Chieftainess Shimukunami confirmed the development to Radio Changala News, adding that strict measures have been put in place to ensure that inputs reach the intended beneficiaries. As the church continues to observe Advent season, parishioners at Luvengele Parish in Chilavongwe say the season is an important period in the Catholic calendar. The parishioners explained that Advent season provides an opportunity for Christians to reflect on their lives as they await the birth of Christ. Speaking to Radio Changala News in Chilavongwe, the faithful also called on their fellow Christians to turn away from sinful ways.
Kwirengula pakuti tuipekanira bwino pakulolera omulubushi iyo alayisa mukufyalwa omulubushi alina okwisa fyalwa pakati kesu mubomi bwesu mumayanja yesu namunchende monse omwe tulesangwa tulina okwikala abantu ababumi bwa bukristiani tuyiyekeresha mumikalire yesu tulendanga abakristiani mukwayo konkanya kofya popene pasirasine tuipekanyanga na mara alipa ukuru kula waku pekanya kuishiko kutiro yumana lepsiagwa tumo pekani sishoko kesa ikara ichiaka fuara efotiro leone mfumo ikeza fyaro mlubushi paka chikawu mibwesu kabili yoko kufyarwa kuli mumitima yesu tulengule mayanda yesu tulengule bana yesu tulengule na munchende omo tulepika tuichete kufinti fingeleto kusanzo kukana sango kule fyaro mlubushi mkwai tulino kuichefya kabili nokuika loku mlubusuma takulolera omulubushi kabiri tuyipekanye bonse ng'abakristiani ukuba okutira munda yesu muyo omutende n'ekibotero okufika fena obushiku bwakufyalwako omulubushi wesu akasanga omutende.
A non-governmental organization called Zambia Got Talent, Zagota, that promotes local talent, has underscored the importance of producing songs which promote unity ahead of the 2021 general elections. Zagota Chief Executive Officer Joe Banda is of the view that the music industry can equally play a role in ensuring the promotion of peace and unity in the country. Mr. Banda also told Radio Changala News in Chilavongwe that Zambians should continue to denounce any form of tribalism as the nation heads to the polls next year.
That God will see us through. We are going to go through and make it to 2021, regardless of the challenges we are facing in this year, 2020. We want to also encourage the Zambian artists of peace and unity as we head towards elections. But as we all know, next year we are having elections in Zambia. We need to see citizens of Zambia coming together, singing one song of unity and peace. We need more of songs of unity that will break all segregations and all tribalism and the tribe.
In football, Zambia under-20 coach Perry Mutapa says is disappointed with his team's failure to defend the COSAFA title and qualify for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Mauritania. Defending champions Junior Chipolopolo came out fourth at the COSAFA Men's Under-20 Championship. Mutapa has, however, remained hopeful that the future of the boys is bright. He has since congratulated Under-20 skipper Prince Mumba for emerging player of the tournament.
We didn't qualify, we didn't defend the cup. But in terms of playing for the third and fourth, I think we are not disappointed because we gave a lot of guys who are going to be in the team for a long time. So when we were playing for the third and fourth, it was about giving the guys a game time, but very disappointed with the overall performance because we didn't qualify because the bigger picture was qualifying to the Africa Cup and eventually going to the World Cup. But that hasn't happened. So we played well in the first 3 games, but where it mattered most, that's where I think we didn't do well, especially that we played Mozambique, who just packed the bus, and we trained for that. We have been training for since
Under-20 coach Perry Mutapa. This news broadcast comes to you in the community service of Radio Ichengelo, the compliments of Moose Milling and the Zambia Catholic University. And now the international news is monitored from the BBC. Malawan Archbishop Tarcisius Ziyaye, the head of Lilongwe Catholic Archdiocese, has died at a hospital in Namibia where he was receiving treatment. The Episcopal Conference of Malawi said in a statement that Archbishop died on Monday morning. It did not indicate the cause of his death. The clergyman was appointed Archbishop of Lilongwe in 2013. The government of Eswatini's Prime Minister Ambrose Dlamini has died 4 weeks after he tested positive to coronavirus. A government statement said Dlamini, 52, died on Sunday afternoon in hospital in South Africa. No cause of death was mentioned, but Dlamini had recently been receiving treatment for COVID-19 in South Africa. U.S. President Donald Trump has reversed a plan for White House officials to receive the coronavirus vaccine in the coming days. Officials earlier said senior members of the Trump administration will be among the first people to be given the Pfizer-BioNTech jab. But Mr. Trump said he has asked for an adjustment to be made to the plans. The U.S. has approved the vaccine for emergency use and will begin to roll it out on Monday. To end the main news, a reminder on stories that made headlines. The extension of the voter registration exercise held. Chief Chiwala happy with the early distribution of farming inputs. And Perry Mutapa disappointed with under-20's failure to defend the COSAFA title. For these and more stories, you can visit our Facebook page, log onto Facebook and like the Radio Ichengelo page, and link to radioichengelo.radio12345.com. Remember to wear a face mask whenever in public and wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds in view of COVID-19. And there we end the main news.